How you doing, everybody? This is Buddy Buck. I'm coming to you live from Kirkland, Washington. We have got an awesome webinar lined up for you this morning or this evening, depending on what time zone and what part of the country you're in. This is a series that we started about 6 weeks ago, and it's just been a huge success. And really, we just want to show the Team Yolo, that we've got such just a tight system. World Ventures has done such a great job, literally from the top down, just really creating this training system and how to get brand new reps like, me 7 years ago, my co-trainer Jason 7 years ago, people that have never done a business like this or maybe never been in the travel industry before, just really a platform to be able to plug into something, not have to reinvent the wheel, and to be able to learn the skills necessary not only to become more personally developed and a more well-rounded individual, teammate, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, parent, spouse, whatever that might be, but also the skills to take your business to the next level, wherever you want to go with this. So thanks for joining us here. We're probably going to the run time will be somewhere in the 70-minute range. So maybe right around an hour, hour and a half. I know we, tell people 2 hours in the beginning because we want to under-promise and over-deliver on the time. We know a lot of people have, very busy schedules, and Saturday is, kids soccer and this and baseball and volleyball and all these different types of things. So we're going to be very efficient with your time today, and just like we are every Saturday. But before we really get started, I want to give a special shout out to my boy. This is one of my very best friends. I consider him a brother. Met this guy through World Ventures, and just a special dude, man. So Reagan turned the big 3-0 this morning. He woke up. Now he's old now. No, I'm just kidding. He's just a young buck. So I thought I'd play a little birthday song for Reagan. So let's do this. Okay, wait. Okay, that's a cool version of the birthday song. Here's probably one that's a little more fitting for my friend Reagan. Happy birthday, bro. It's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. We gonna sip and party like it's your birthday. And you don't give up. It's not your birthday. You're probably in the club. All right. So just want to give you a special shout out today, Reagan, on your 30th. So guys, this is the type of guy who's super committed. He's actually on this webinar right now on his 30th birthday. So big shout out to you guys. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and switch over, and I'm going to go ahead and get our co-trainer on here. So just stand by 1 second, everybody. Right on. Cool. So guys, as Jason's getting his PowerPoint up and his video on, I'm going to go ahead and be able to introduce Jason. So this is somebody that over the last 7 years, we've started to build this business together. It'll actually be going on 8 years this summer, and it's just been an awesome ride. So it's just been an awesome time, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and try to see if I can't. There you go. I sent him a request for the video there. He's not going to have his video on the whole time. Maybe we'll just have it on for the first couple seconds here. But without further ado, I'm going to be able to just introduce Jason. Jason's somebody that when we got started over 7.5 years ago, it was just absolutely something that we knew nothing about. We didn't know, how to do this business. We didn't, hadn't been on a trip yet. We didn't know if it worked. We didn't know really any of these things. And so when it came to, we're going to do this for real, or are we just going to kind of mess around with it? Neither one of us really knew back then. And I'll tell you what, in the last couple of years, this guy has just absolutely just flipped the switch, stepped up his game, blew through director, hit marketing director, and now he's on his way to regional marketing director. And guys, I'm telling you, that is big time right there. This guy is literally the person that when he walks into the room just has instant credibility. If you know anything about football, he's from the Seattle, Washington area. He's actually from a small town called Vashon Island, and he'll share his story. But literally the stadium just across the water here from where we live is about a $200 to $300 million renovation on that football stadium at University of Washington, the Huskies, go Dogs. And on the front of that stadium is a giant flag, and it's got his picture and his name right on the front of that multi-million-dollar stadium. So this guy's a Husky legend when it comes to football here in the Northwest. He was a two-time All-American defensive end. That means he terrorized a lot of quarterbacks and offensive players for a lot of years. He was actually in the late 90s, he was the Pac-10 Defensive Player of the Year for the entire conference. And that's just an absolute big deal, guys. He went on to play in the NFL for 5 seasons. So that was just an incredible accomplishment. And I knew that, he wasn't just the superstar on the field, but off the field as well. This is a guy that is a huge giver. He's got a huge heart. He does so much for children around the world, and just volunteering his time and, using his platform, from being a star to, raising money for nonprofits, doing a lot of great things as well. So successful on the field, successful off the field in business, and really just in life. This guy really just lives life to the fullest. And there's no one I'd rather be training with this morning than my best friend, Jason Chorak. So Jay, I'll turn it over to you, brother. Oh, sorry. There you go. I got you now, Jay. I unmuted you, bro.
Okay, cool. Can you hear me now?
Crystal clear, man. Crystal clear.
Perfect. Well, first of all, Reagan, happy birthday, the 3-0. That's a really cool accomplishment, man. So hopefully you're after this webinar, you're gonna go out and enjoy that. I know we'll be in Mexico here in the next couple of weeks, celebrating your birthday a little late, but we'll obviously have a lot of fun. And then for all of you that are on this webinar, thank you so much. Hopefully this weekend's blessed because Easter is right around the corner tomorrow. So let's kick it off with a little bit of fun. Buddy was talking a little bit about me and my background. Yes, I did, play college football, and yes, I did, play football out there, in the NFL for a couple teams. And he brought up that I came from a very small little island. You actually have to take a ferry boat to get over. My graduating class is about 72 people going to school. And what Buddy didn't touch upon is when I was a little kid, travel to me was, the best education that I ever received growing up. Both my mom and dad are from a country called Croatia. If you don't know where that is, it's literally across the street from Italy. The Adriatic Sea just separates it. And when we were younger, they would always take us around the world to show us how fortunate we were to live in this great country that we live in today. So, when Buddy shared this concept with me 7 years ago, it was pretty easy. I mean, he literally picked up the phone and he called me and he asked me if I was home. And I said yes. And he goes, I'm coming over. And I said, perfect. Next thing you know, we've been traveling the world with each other and taking our friends and, just using, I believe, the best product around. And our product is what everybody wants. I mean, everybody wants to go to Disneyland. Everybody wants to go to Las Vegas or Europe or Singapore or, Australia. And now we have the device to literally get our people to start crossing things off their bucket list that a lot of people maybe didn't expect that they could because they couldn't afford paying retail instead of what we're doing on the wholesale side. Any company that has a hashtag Live3F, sign me up. I mean, literally, it's telling you that this company just wants to put more fun, freedom, and fulfillment in not only your life, but the people that you actually want to, travel with and enjoy and experience the memories that you want to collect. See, I'm all about collecting moments, but not things. And this company has allowed me to collect so many memories and moments with, you know, the loved ones that I want to travel with. So getting right into this, I get to talk about the product. You know, me and my wife, we just got back from our 36th dream trip a couple weeks ago. And in the next, you know, 5-6 weeks, we're going on some really, really cool trips, which we're really excited about. You know, we're going to go to Arizona for our training, which, you know, I believe is like a dream trip. It's just a blast. It shows you the big picture of what the company is doing, and you get to meet some amazing people from all over the world. And then we're going to Mexico, and then from Mexico, we're coming back home for a week, and then we're going to Hawaii on another dream trip, and then we're back from there, and we're going back to Mexico. I mean, it's a great lifestyle when, you know, you're packing suitcases and living in hotels more than you are at staying at home. So want to hop right into this. Our product is, you know, it's pretty much this, kind of, you know, hanging out at the beach and using the best marketing tool around. Our sign, guys, it's like the swoosh, and if you don't know who the swoosh is, it's just do it, Nike. I think this is one of the best marketing tools around if used right. It can, you know, we've been on vacation so many times when we pull our sign out and people are like, where'd you get that? You know, we need one of those. And, you know, I always tell people, if you're new and you just got your sign and you're in social media or whatever, you know, you could post this up on your Facebook page or Snapchat or Instagram, and just, you know, hashtag down below, you know, do you got your sign? Just to let your friends and families members know that, you know, you got your blue sign, and soon you're going to be on the beach with it and, you know, hanging out with a bunch of people all over the world, which is just a, you know, a great marketing tool the company has done. But this is the best marketing tool, I think, around. You know, my background after I got done playing football, got into real estate, owned a mortgage company, and always been around real estate. My father has done very, very well with the real estate. And I think this is the best real estate anybody can own, is when you can literally get your app on everybody's phone. And that's what this company has done with our Dream Trips app. And if you don't have this, if you're brand new and you don't have this app, go and download just Dream Trips in the marketplace or in the Apple store. And let me tell you guys, this app is unbelievable, and it's only going to get better. I mean, when you have access to over 1,200 trips just on an app at a swipe's move, and you're sharing this with your friends. See, when I share this concept with people on a one-on-one, or if I'm just meeting people out and about, I always have my app, and I always know what trips are up, and I always ask people, you know, where would you want to go? And it's just such a great tool to use, right? Not only to book your vacations, but to literally show people how easy it is to just open up an app on your phone and have a passport to go see the whole entire world at wholesale pricing. So if you're not using your app, please do. I mean, where this app is going, it's, you know, it's going to be an amazing, the people that are using this and getting familiar with the app, your business is literally going to explode, because now when you're talking with people, you know, it's kind of funny. I always tell people they should spend less time on Facebook and more time on their Dream Trips app, and they might actually get more signups because they'll see trips that their friends want to go on. And I think that's the honest truth. You know, with this. So use your app. I mean, we make it so easy for you to go cross things off your bucket list, to book travel literally right on your app. And I'm going to go over a couple of these trips with you guys. Like I said, you can go to the Google Play Store or the Apple Store and download this. You can see what the icon looks like. Once you get it downloaded, you can put your username in, your user ID name, and your password. If you don't know what that is, you can literally go into your mailbox and with your mail and literally search World Ventures, and you should have got a welcome email from them with your user ID number. And then hopefully the person that signed you up actually gave you your password number. If not, you could call customer service and get that. But I highly, highly recommend, if you don't have this downloaded on your phone, download this app, because it'll literally blow you away of what you can do with it. So, you know, people always ask me this question: why is your travel such a good deal? And it's really easy when I can bring up a slide like this and say, well, you know, retail, if you wanted to go to Disney World, here's the cost. You know, for 3 days for 2 people, the cost to stay at the Gaylord Palms is $282. To get into Disney for a day, the Disney Hopper Pass is $155. You know, we've got breakfast that's included in our trip, which is, you know, 3 days for 2 people, $40. And then we always have like excursions or a peak life experience on a lot of our trips, where, you know, this, for example, this one's an airboat tour with transportation, which if you're going to do this, it would cost you $50 anyways. And a lot of people, while they're on vacation, they do all this stuff. So literally, we've taken what our competitors do, which just kind of give you a hotel room. We've packaged the whole trip for you, where literally it's as easy as just going to that app and click and book it. So the old way of booking travel, this trip would have cost you about $1,496, about $1,500, okay? The new way, when just going to your own app and clicking book it, that same trip, apples for apples, now is only $538. Now, I'm not a rocket scientist, and I always tell people I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I just got in the shed and I got sharp tools around me. And if you get enough sharp tools that would understand, do they want to pay $1,500 or $538 for the same services, the same accommodations, the same everything, most people are going to get paying the $538. And that's literally how me and my wife have built a pretty big business with this concept, is just getting our friends and family members to go on trips with us. You know, like I said, we've been on 30, we just got back from our 36th dream trip, but not only is it us going, we're taking our members and our friends and our family members, the people that we got into this, on vacations with us, because we know once they experience what we have, they're going to be members for the rest of their lives. And, you know, now it's just so awesome to see a lot of our friends and family members using the app, and they're literally going on vacations with now their friends that they're bringing in to this concept. Another, you know, trip that I'm going to share is New York. I love New York. New York is one of my favorite cities to go to. It doesn't sleep, which I love. So much action going on. But you can see just on this trip, see, a lot of people don't think they can afford to go to New York. Well, for $27.77, I probably wouldn't want to go to New York either, especially paying $722 a night to stay at the hotel. And then, you know, to go to the Manhattan, you know, Statue of Liberty lunch cruise and do a show on Broadway, and, you know, breakfast, just breakfast in New York's expensive, you know, and then you get tickets to the Metropolitan Museum of Art. So the old way of doing this would cost you, you know, $2,700. The new way with us is $538. See, I think we hold something very, very special here. We just got to understand what our product is and get that out to, you know, the friends and family members that we actually want to go vacation with. And then once we get it to our friends and family members, we get it to their friends and family members. And it's just a cycle of, you know, us having fun with the people that we want to have fun with and go on vacation. Because, see, I don't have to convince somebody to pay $538 or pay $2,700 for the same services and the accommodations and, you know, the experience that you're getting with us to save that much money. You know, we have trips all over. This year there'll be 11,000 to choose from. There's anywhere from 12 to 1,500 on the app all the time. But, you know, there's Dubai is turning out to be a hot, hot place. And, you know, look at the hotels that we're staying at when you're actually looking through your trips. You know, the Fairmont. I mean, the Fairmont's one of the top hotels in the world chain. You know, 5-star. You get 5 breakfasts, 2 dinners, you know, desert safari tour, a water park, an aquarium. I mean, that's a whole package included in that trip. It's $869 per person. For 2, it's $1,738. But you can apply points, which I'll talk about at the very end. And you can see if you apply 600 points to that, you can go to Dubai for 2 people for $1,138 and get all that in one experience with all the excursions and everything that it packages. I mean, that's a bucket list experience that a lot of people don't think they can afford. or they have to save up all year long to go on one vacation, and they spend it to go to Dubai, because retail they're paying $4,000 or $5,000 for something that we're doing for $1138. The next trip, I love to ski, so I'm a big skier. We have ski trips all over the world. If you want to go to Whistler, if you want to go to Crescent Butte, Aspen, Vail, ski the French or Swiss Alps. I mean, we have every major ski resort you can think of. A lot of our ski packages or snowboard packages have lift tickets. You can also buy a snowboard with the "You Should Be Here" sign, or skis in your marketplace, which I'll talk about, which, it's just another great selling point while you're up on the mountains and you have your board up in the air, or your skis on the chairlift, and someone's checking. And they're like, "Oh, that's cool. You should be here." That saying, guys, is catching on. It's getting really big, really quick. And I can see, if you follow the Team Yolo page on Facebook, and if you're not a member of the Team Yolo page on Facebook, get on there. You can see, 30, 40, 50 people going in a week just on our team. Just think of that, times that by all the teams all over the countries, and in 30 different countries. I mean, this concept is growing very, very fast. So don't miss out on getting your friends there. If you want to go all over the world, we have trips all over the world. Wherever literally you want to go, like I said, there's 11,000 trips to choose from. You can see this one is in Zimbabwe, Victoria Falls, one of my bucket list trips that I will go and cross this thing off my bucket list. But it just makes traveling so easy when you can literally just scroll through your app and pick trips of where you want to go. My wife, she calls me all the time and she says, "Hey, I just booked another one." And I'm like, "Cool, where are we going now?" And she goes, "You won't believe this." And she tells me, a whole description of where we're going. If you want cruises, 8 days, 7 nights. We just had one of our friends get back from a 13-day cruise, and they literally paid $8 for the first person, and it was $280 for the second person to go on that trip. And they said it was one of the best vacations that they ever had, and they spent close to $300 to go to some places that were just unbelievable for them. You can see this one is 8 days, 7 nights. For 2 people, it's $438, and you can apply up to 60 points to already the discounted price. If you haven't been on a dream trip, and I tell people this all the time, I believe that your business doesn't start until you've actually used our product. And not only do I believe that, the company has ran a statistic that in the 10 years of us in business, that we've retained 89% of our members who've actually been on a dream trip. I always say, like I said earlier, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but when I see that as a business person, and I can understand that if I can get somebody on a trip, that your retention is going to be 89%, that you're going to keep your members, I'm getting people on vacations because it's going to be so easy, and they're smiling. I've never seen anybody on a dream trip not smiling. I've actually seen people actually break their ankles on dream trips, and they're still smiling. How's Maui? We're going on a Hawaii trip in May. We're going to Kona. We're staying at the Sheraton. It's 6 days, 5 nights for $576. A lot of people don't think they can go and stay at beautiful resorts because they think it's too pricey. This is at the Maui, staying at the Sheraton. You see 5 breakfasts are included, 1 lunch, a lot of excursions on there. Per person, it's $1,159, a total of $2,318, and you can apply up to 480 points, and our points work dollar for dollar. So it's not like, airline points or, hotel points where you got to accumulate 50,000 to actually use them. We're dollar for dollar. Every point that you have is equal to $1 to discount that already discounted wholesale price to go on a dream trip. Welcome dream trips. If you are new, and from 90 days from when you signed up, I would just highly recommend book one of these. We got back from a welcome dream trip. We went to San Francisco a couple weeks ago on a welcome dream trip, and we were just blown away. After 90 days, you can still go on these welcome dream trips. They're a little bit more expensive. They're $260. And if you're a gold member, you can use 50 points. If you're a platinum member, you can use 60 to deduct that. So it was literally $460. And me and my wife, we went to San Francisco, stayed at the Hyatt right on Fisherman's Wharf, just a beautiful, beautiful hotel. Had a full day wine tasting. We went to 5 different wineries. And if you know wine tasting, that's pretty expensive. It's anywhere from $30 to $50 a tasting. That was all included in the package. So it was a hop-on, hop-off pass where you could literally go see all the attractions. That ticket was $50. So the value of what you're getting for what you're paying for is unbelievable. And the excitement of when you come back to share this with your friends and family members is just even more unbelievable because you've experienced it yourself. We have welcome dream trips all over the place. We even got welcome dream trips to Seattle, Chicago. I have a very good friend of mine that's going on the Chicago dream trip here in the next couple of weeks. I'm excited for him to experience that. Orlando, New York. I mean, a lot of places where you can go. Here's the San Francisco trip that I was talking about. You can see what it would cost you if you were a 90 days or older customer, or what it would cost you on a welcome dream trip. And like I said, all these pictures, you see people smiling. And that's the one cool thing that me and my wife have gotten out of this club. We've met some great people from all over the world that today will be our friends for the rest of our lives. And if it wasn't for that little "you should be here" sign, we would have never met a lot of these people. So, and at first I was very against traveling with crowds and groups and all that stuff. And now I really, really enjoy meeting the people, because I always tell people, if you don't want to travel with them, we don't either. And it seems like a lot of people invite the people that they want to travel with to go on vacations. And it's just a really, really good group of people traveling the world. This is a very favorite trip of ours. In April, it'll be our 13th time here at this beautiful property. And a lot of people go, "God, you're going back there?" And I go, "Yep," because you've never been. Because if you've been, you'd want to go back too. Just the process of checking into this place is unbelievable. The service there, I thought after I stopped playing football, the service of me going to restaurants or going to hotels or going to check in was going to decline. With this great company, World Ventures, I still believe that I'm playing in the NFL. I just don't have to beat up my body. I mean, the service that you get at this place is unbelievable. I tell people I'd pay $50 a month just for the service while I'm on vacation of what you get as a World Ventures member. The April trip is completely sold out. The June trip is completely sold out, but we got more rooms. And the December trip's selling out fast. I would tell you, we got a handful more rooms. We sold the June trip out. It will sell out again. There was a lot of people that wanted to go on the June trip, and Rochelle and Dave Barrett. If you don't know who Dave is a regional marketing director with World Ventures, based out of San Diego. Has a huge help in helping Team Yolo build out here in this market. And Dave was the person who literally found the Marival Residence and World Spa Resort and let us literally piggyback onto this trip. And Rochelle's my wife. She's a marketing director in the company. If you haven't met her, you're in a great treat when you meet her. She's always smiling and is just, always looking to have a good time. Like I said, it'll be our 13th time at this property. You can see what's included. The smallest room's 1,400 feet. I know we have a lot of new time people actually going on the April and June trip, which is great to get your new people on here. But I just want to leave you with this. So on the April trip, we'll have about 80 people on that trip. In the June trip, Team Yolo will have about 100 when it's all said and done. Do you think your business is going to grow faster with 80 and 100 people on it on a trip, or you think your business is going to grow faster with 1 or 2 people on that same trip with you? And that could be you and your husband, or you and your boyfriend, or you and your buddy. And what I say about that is, the more you promote these trips that you're going on, the more people on your team that you're going to get to go on these trips. And after they experience what they experience on a vacation with World Ventures, they're going to go back and they're going to want to tell everybody about this concept because of the fun, the culture, the people that they met, and just the service that what they got for the price of what they paid is just unbelievable, guys. You can't go 5 days, 4 nights and stay at the Red Roof Inn at Mexico for $529, let alone you can go and stay at a 4-diamond property, smallest rooms, 1,400 square feet. Your excursion, you get 1 excursion included. Your golf's included in this. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. I call it an IQ test, and I believe everybody will pass. It's just a matter of time. You can look at the property. I mean, the property is just unbelievable. You know, the staff there is just like your family. This is the Inzu pool up top. You know, a lot of people go up there in the evening time, watch the sunset, turns into a nightclub with the DJ. Just an unbelievable property. You can see what the room looks like. And, you know, the great thing about our pictures is the rooms actually look like the rooms that you check in. You know, a lot of our competitors, you know, when you go and book stuff, they're showing you pictures of when the hotel was, you know, 20 years old, you know, brand new, but now it's 20 years old. I mean, all our pictures are, you know, what you're going to get when you walk into the place. You have your own VIP beach. I love the beach, so we're always here. It's just unbelievable. The food there is just, you know, dynamite. The service there is unbelievable. And, you know, you have your own oasis right there that we can only go to. This is a, you know, VIP beach only for us, which is really, really nice, and it makes things, you know, a lot more accommodating because you're not looking for lawn chairs or cabanas or all that stuff on the beach. You can see that, you know, what you would save with us, you know, and what it would cost you retail to go on a trip like this. And, you know, like I was saying, if I can show my friends how they're doing something already, but I can literally save them money on what they're already doing, it's just a no-brainer. And a lot of my friends, you know, they go on 1 vacation a year because that's all they think they can afford to go on. But now with this concept, now they can go on 3 or 4. Then now they can take their daughter or they can take their family members to more experiences than just that one experience that they're, you know, used to having. You know, all our trips come with transfers to and from the hotel, from the airport to the hotel. You can see on this one, the savings just on this one trip was $924. Which, you know, a lot of people never thought they could go on this trip because it was that extra, you know, $1,000 that maybe was out of their budget that now they can afford. You could use 200 points on this trip, which is fabulous as a gold member. As a platinum member, you could use another 40. I'm going to talk about points here. So, you know, as a gold membership, it costs $200. The $200 that you pay to World Ventures turns around and gives it right back to you in a savings account, which literally you can use 24 hours after you sign up to go on one of our trips. So that Marival trip, you could literally use 200 points right when you get started to literally go on a vacation with us. Now, on the Welcome Dream trips, out of that $200 that you get right from when you paid, we give back to you. You can use 50 of those points, dollar for dollar, to literally go on a vacation and experience what we want you to experience is a complete no-hassle vacation. And that's what I love about World Ventures so much. They make it just so easy for me to just go to my app, click book it, and have a time of my life for the time that me and my wife are going to be on vacation. The $50 a month that you pay, we're going to give that right back to you. Every month that you're paying it, we're giving it right back to you. At the end of the year, you're going to accumulate $600 that you paid to World Ventures that we're going to give right back to you to go on one of our vacations. People go, why does the company do that? And the reason being is because we've understood that if we can get our members to actually use our product, we're going to retain them for the rest of our lives. So it's a great, great marketing tool that the great company of World Ventures does for us. Because just think, when me and Buddy first started, they didn't do any of this stuff. So I always tell people, your first day of World Ventures is only going to get better. So just be patient. You know, right now, what the company is doing, you know, it's a well maintained engine, and it's going really, really fast. And the product is just getting better with enhancing and all that stuff. So, you know, a lot of my friends say, so Jason, the worst case scenario is a gold member, I'm going to pay $800 throughout the year, and then every dollar that I pay, you guys are going to give back to me to go on a vacation? I go, yep. So, you know, most of them pass the IQ test because it's all about, to me, it's all about the product. I'm such a product-driven person when I'm sharing this concept, because that's what my friends and family members want. Is they want the more fun, they want the more freedom, and they want the more fulfillment. And this company allows you to do that, because every dollar that you're paying, we're giving right back to you. You know, here's a Vegas trip. We got Vegas. Welcome Dream Trips to Vegas. Who doesn't like Vegas, right? What happens on Vegas now goes on Facebook. You know, before, what happened in Vegas stayed in Vegas, but now with social media, you can't keep anything a secret, which is probably a good thing. But now you can, you know, use these points right off the get-go. You can see as a platinum member, if you sign as a platinum member, you can apply up to 60 points. As a gold member, you can apply up to 50 that you can use right away to go to Vegas for $139 for the first person and $189. You can see what's included. There's a helicopter ride. There's just, and you could even go to Vegas for one night for what you can do for a whole peak life experience of going to Vegas with World Ventures. Now, those are the dream trips. There's 11,000 to choose from this year. I'm going to go on to, you know, we've been on 36 dream trips, but we've probably been on more trips just booking our own travel. You know, I'm a big national park junkie, so every year we take a 30-day trip and we just go to a bunch of national parks. It's on my bucket list. I want to see every national park before, you know, I'm not around anymore. So, you know, my friends go, well, you know, how about if I'm not doing a dream trip? How about if I'm just flying to Chicago for, you know, if there's not a dream trip, but I want to book it, where do I go? And I go, well, where do you normally go? And they always say, well, you know, I'm not loyal to anything. I just go to Expedia, Orbitz, Travelocity, Kayak, Priceline, and I go where the cheapest deal is or what I think is the best deal. And I go, huh. I go, well, how about if you could literally just go to your app and book all your own travel like you're booking on an Expedia, Orbitz, Travelocity, but there's benefits with booking with us. And they always say, what are those benefits? And I go, one, for flights and hotels, we guarantee the price. So if you find it cheaper any place else out of all the other places that you're searching, we're going to give you 150% the difference. I go, another reason why you would book with us is because the commission that you're giving the companies today that you're booking with, when you book on Expedia, Orbitz, or, you know, all the companies out there that you're looking for, they actually keep that commission. As a gold member, we give you 50% of that commission back to you to use as points to go on a vacation. As a platinum member, we give you 100% of that commission back to you that you can use as points to pay for a vacation. See, me and my wife, we travel so much and we book so much travel and other things that I'll get to on our own website or our app that literally we accumulate points for that now literally we can go and pay for our vacations. A lot of our vacations that we go on, they're paid for by these points that we're using and Rovia bucks that Buddy will talk about on the business side that now you're not even paying for your vacations. I mean, it's a great problem to have because literally our founder, if you don't know who our founder is, his name's Wayne Nugent. Hopefully you'll be at Momentum so you can literally actually talk with him. He's just an unbelievable, amazing person, you know, a leader, a visionary. You know, he always wanted to change the way people are traveling, and he's doing it in a big way. But he kind of wants to do it like what Skype did to long-distance phone calls. See, people don't pay for long-distance phone calls because of what Skype and cell phone carriers have done. And he feels that World Ventures will do the same thing with travel. It's because you're accumulating all these points on things that you're already doing, but not getting the benefit for doing as being a World Ventures member. So literally, if you haven't messed around with this, I'm going to talk about one thing you can see on the red box right below it is hideaways. It's access to timeshares all over the world. Me and my wife have stayed at plenty of these. The value of these are unbelievable. And if there's not a dream trip or something that you're looking for, that's another resource that you can use with our product to go there and have access to all these timeshares. Just beautiful, beautiful properties all over the world. Online shopping. I love to shop. I'm a big fashion guy. If you haven't seen me, I wear, probably your grandma's drapes as my shirts. I just think it's kind of cool to look different. It might be the European in me. But, if I can show you stuff that you're already doing, like shopping online and eating and, buying snowboards and all that stuff, but now you can accumulate points for stuff that you're already doing to go on vacations, it just makes sense. We're building such a great wheel that we're going to capture all the hamsters. They're all going to want to go run on our wheel because it's literally what they're doing every day. They're shopping, they're eating, they're buying stuff, and literally you can do that all on your own website and accumulate points for everything that you do, which is just unbelievable. It's just a great, great product that we're capturing everything that people do. Earn Rovia bucks, shopping online. You can go shop at Nordstrom's, the Apple store. You can literally now go pay your cell phone bills if you're an AT&T carrier, literally on your own website, and earn travel dollars for Rovia bucks as you're doing it. I mean, which is, to me, what you're doing right now, or what your friends and family members are doing right now if they're not a member, is they're paying for that stuff and they're not getting anything except a thank you email. So it's just a great way how you can share this concept, but share it with them by doing it. Go on and buy something on your own website. Go and pay your AT&T bill on your own website so you can actually experience how it works. If you haven't bought anything on your online stores, go buy something. I mean, because I know you're buying something anyways. You got Home Depot, Best Buy, literally any box store that you can think of is on there. You can see some of them here, Nordstrom's, the Home Depot, the Apple Store, J. Crew, Barnes & Nobles. Literally just go use this, and it's a story that now you can share with your friends and family members that it works. Now you can show them how it works. I talked about the marketplace. There's all kinds of cool stuff in here, and everything that is bought in this marketplace actually accumulates for your lifestyle bonus. And if you don't know, if you're brand new and you have no idea what your lifestyle bonus is, that's okay. Buddy is going to talk about all that stuff in the business side of this. This is just the product. But if you're short, if you're short one sale for your lifestyle bonus in the month, you could literally go to the marketplace and buy a snowboard or buy a new set of skis, and that will accumulate for your lifestyle bonus so you can achieve that $300 to get that lifestyle bonus. The concierge, it was an app, now it's an 800 number. If you don't have this 800 number, you can take a screenshot of this screen. I'll leave it up for a quick second. If not, all these numbers are on the app where literally you can get all this stuff. The concierge service, I mean, you can see what it has, access for you to do: nightlife, event planning and booking, concerts, sporting events, tickets, dining services and reservations, golf tee times, spa services. Literally, it's a concierge service to make you, while you're traveling or while you're at home, just that much more easier to go get things crossed off on what you want to do just by calling an 800 number. It comes with the gold package and the platinum package. It's a 24-hour service, 7 days a week. If you haven't called the concierge, call the concierge. It's just another way to know that your product works and what you have that you just bought in the value. I'm going to go through a couple platinum trips. This is, I always like the best, and when platinum's $100 more just for the product, gold's $200, platinum's $300. You can see where you're going. Just beautiful places that you could only probably dream about because you never thought you could afford to go there. Now with what we have, it's just unbelievable. You can see 26, 29, but as a platinum member, you can use up to 1,200 points. So, you literally go there for about $1,300, which is, literally unheard of. You can see the savings just on that one trip. You're saving over $3,000 with us to go someplace that people already want to go. A lot of people like to save money, just to let you know, for all the people that are on this. So literally go show them how they can literally save money on something that they're already doing. With Platinum, this is where I call a no-brainer, because if you pay for these services right now, you pay more than what it would cost for the whole Platinum membership. Roadside protection is about $128 a year. ID theft resolution or fraud protection, whatever you want to call it, is anywhere from $19.99 to $24.99 a month. Teledoc, which is not available here in Washington, but a lot of other states. There's a lot of people on this call from different states. As me playing in the former NFL, through the NFL Alumni Association, we get Teledoc. Teledoc is about $19.99 a month to have. Another thing that's not up here that we get is emergency evacuation insurance as a Platinum member. That costs $228 a year just to have that insurance. And what that insurance means is, like, when you're on a vacation and let's say something happens to you, you break your ankle, or you fall from a zip line, or and you hurt yourself, or whatever might happen. If you're a Platinum member and you have that medevac insurance as a Platinum member, they'll literally fly you out on a jet to go back to the States to actually get worked on. I just think, if you're going to travel the world, you might as well be insured. And as a Platinum member, it's just, an unbelievable benefit to have as being a Platinum. When you refer friends, you also accumulate points. So if your friend just wanted to buy a Dream Trip membership, you would get 50 points for that. If your friend decided to buy a gold membership, you'd get 100 points for that. And if your friend decided to buy a Platinum membership, you would get 200 points. So now you can see why, we travel so much. We just refer friends, accumulate points, click book it on our app, and go experience another vacation. It's just a cycle of having, a repetitive fun. Then you're going and tell friends. It's not much different than what people are doing already when they're not with World Ventures. If you follow a lot of people on social media who, you might be trying to sign up with World Ventures, when they go on vacation, they're posting all their pictures and everything of their trips. They're not accumulating points. So they're not going at wholesale pricing. They're paying retail, or, they're paying high prices to do what we're doing. And as we're doing it, and the longer you are with World Ventures, you're just accumulating all these points where literally now you're doing what they're doing for free, which I believe that we will capture everybody, because everybody speaks travel. It's an inherent yes of our product of what we have. So, you can look at the Dream Trips. There's 11,000 plus. It's a one-time fee of $100, $24.99 a month. The Gold is $200, $50 a month. You can see when you enroll, we give you that 200 points right back, and 600 points on your anniversary date of what you paid. And then as a Platinum member, it's a whopping $300, which we give you right back to you. And then on your anniversary date, there's going to be 1,200 points that we give back to you. One last thing on the Platinum. Me and my wife, we're going to Australia, and we're doing back-to-back Dream Trips. We're going to spend about 3.5 weeks there. And one of the trips is to the one and only resort. And as a Platinum member, when you check in, they give you $600 in resort credit. Now, as a Gold member, you don't get any credit. But as a Platinum member, you get $600 in resort credit. And, they always are giving you more as a Platinum member. And I just tell people that Platinum membership is well worth it, because when we were in San Francisco as a Platinum member, we had a full day wine tasting, which we went to 5 or 6 wineries. I don't remember because I had too much wine that day. But as a gold member, you only had a half-day wine tasting. So, you know, the upgrade is, if you're already gold member and you haven't done one of our trips, I would highly recommend to upgrading to platinum because of the experience. And if you're going to go out there and share this with people, because see, once you share this concept with 4 people, your monthly goes away. So as a platinum member, if you shared this with 4 platinum members that just bought the platinum product, you'd be free, or 8 golds, any combination of that. But listen, once you get free, they still give you those points. So now as a platinum member, even when you're free, you're accumulating those 1,200 points. As a gold member, when you get 4 gold members, you're now accumulating 600 points. So, you know, I would rather take 1,200 points than 600 points. It's just, you know, mathematically it means more. I can go on more vacations, or I can use all my points as a platinum member next year to go to Bora Bora or go to the Maldives, because those trips you can use a lot more points. So that's the, you know, the recap of the product. You know, refer 4 customers and you have no more monthly fees. Plus you still you still earn all your points to literally experience one of the best vacations that you've ever been on. You know, I tell people this, and I strongly believe this. I probably will never go on another vacation without using World Ventures when I book our major vacations, because literally, if you wanted to go to Europe for 5 weeks, you could literally book trip after trip after trip after trip after trip. We went to Europe for 5 weeks, and we booked 3 dream trips just through that concept of, you know, using our technology to go experience the world and, you know, cross a lot of things off our bucket list that a lot of people are crossing 1 trip off their list, as we're crossing 14 or 15 trips off our list with the same price that they paid to go on that one. Now, it is my honor to introduce, you know, you guys heard him, pretty much everybody on this phone call or this webinar knows Buddy, and if you don't, you want to get to know him. He's just got a heart of gold in this industry. He helps whoever wants to be helped with World Ventures. He's a regional marketing director. He's the #1 income earner in the entire state of Washington. He's a 6-figure income earner with this concept. He travels all over the country as a corporate trainer with this concept. So it's just my honor to introduce him. It's also my honor because he actually introduced me to this concept, and I just thank him so much, because our lives are different today because of him. He showed us something that we were already doing, but just doing it a different way than what we're doing today. And I just want to thank you, Buddy, for you know, letting us travel the world at wholesale. I can't hear you.
Yep. See, all you got to do is click the unmute button and you're good to go.
There you go.
Right on. Hey, thanks a lot, Jay. I appreciate that. I've been getting some text here over the last few minutes, and it's just, you know, Jason's killing it. And, you know, it's not a surprise to me, Jay, because you've always been, since day one, just adamant about using the product, using the product, using the product. And that's the one thing is Jason and I have, you know, been traveling around the country and talking to lots of people on our team, and just, you know, really that are just in World Ventures. And at the end of the day, if you can literally take that transition from the product to the business, it's a question as simple as this. When you're sharing, whether it's Carlos Rogers' video or Vacation Sooner, or maybe you're at a live travel party at your house or a friend's house, the question really comes down to this. Would you buy the membership if you couldn't make money? If there was no financial opportunity attached to the membership, would you still purchase the membership? And if you can look at your friend and ask them that question, then they can definitely make an educated decision on, yes, I would. And that's literally 99 times out of 100, that's the answer, is I would buy dream trips if I couldn't make money. And to me, you know, again, having done this business for almost 8 years now, that's why the business works. That's why people are winning at such a high level. That's why a guy like Jason has thousands of people on his team, is because he's using the product. His other friends are using the product. having that high-end experience at a wholesale price, meeting a lot of great people and seeing all the value that Dream Trips has provided over the last 5 years. And his business is exploding because he's not only leading from the front of the room, he's, you know, a product of the product, so to speak. So with that, I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into this. We are literally right on time, so you can just know that. Good stuff, good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off my video for most of the part that I'm going to be talking about. I may ping pong back a little bit to Jason to get his feedback on a couple of things. And just so you guys know, this Zoom technology that we're using, we're still getting comfortable with it ourselves. So if we have any little technical glitches or anything, we appreciate you just kind of rolling with us, whether we can get the video on or off, or the mics or the screens. We just really appreciate you guys so much. And just so you know, this is the biggest audience that we've had, you know, as we've kind of built into these. So this is a cool thing, and it's growing very quickly. So here is a poll. I'm just going to go ahead and launch this poll before we get started. I've got a couple polls. I just really want these personally to be very interactive. I know, you know, talking to Jason and Larry and the Hankins and, you know, Rondell, and we've really started to, you know, look at these webinars and how they're working. And, you know, watching Rochelle Chorak and John Kellett last week, it's just the interaction between the audience and the trainers is really cool. So we're going to do more things as the weeks, you know, roll through here to, you know, as we get more comfortable with the system, to be able to make it a lot more interactive for you guys as well. So whether it's, you know, use the Q&A, you've got a question and answer box right there on your toolbar that you can click Q&A. If you guys have questions, we are going to answer the questions at the end for sure, if we haven't addressed them as we went. So I just launched a poll. It says, where is the next spot on your bucket list? So anywhere with a cold drink, Bora Bora, Vegas, Australia, Arizona, Momentum, or other. So right now in real time, we're going to let this poll run for about another 10 seconds. Looks like the front runner, actually we got a tie. Jason, we got a tie between Bora Bora and Momentum in Arizona. So that's exactly, you know, well, the people that are on this webinar, yes, they want to have fun and go to really exotic places, but they also want to go to the next big event and not miss out in Arizona just a couple of weeks from today. So we're going to go ahead and end that poll. It is a dead tie between Bora Bora and Arizona, so we'll go ahead and end that poll. We do have one more poll that I'll go ahead and launch that in just a little bit, but let me just jump right into it. And when we're getting started, I'm not going to go through each specific bullet point, because we do have a sheet that literally you can just download right from the app. It's called the Business Builders Checklist. But if you want to be a great leader in this business, and you want to be a great teammate, and you want to literally not just enroll people, but literally you got to look at this like you're a sponsor. See, you don't just sign your friend up, okay? Anybody can just sign up. Anybody can throw their name down on a credit card, or join on the app, or join on the phone, or whatever it might be. But we're going to teach you today about being a great sponsor. See, and when you sponsor someone, you're really giving life to that person, okay? It's not just, hey, sign them up and, oh, good luck, go get them. See, it's like you got to love this person like a mother and protect them like a father, okay? Because some people are going to say, oh, you didn't join network marketing, did you? Oh, you're not doing one of those things, are you? You're not doing one of those pyramid deals, are you? And like that new person, if that's their close network, that might, you know, kind of, you know, freak them out a little bit and go, oh my gosh, what did I do? Right? So we've got to really educate our team. We've got to, and I'm not talking about the people that just want to go on vacations and go on really cool dream trips. The people that want to go on really cool dream trips, they might just be a customer, okay? Or they might not be somebody that's gonna, maybe they bought the business, but maybe they're not really like trying to work the business right now. So what I'm telling you guys is you gotta be a great listener. And really when somebody brand new gets started, it really starts like this. You just asking that person, why did you get started? And just listen. And then maybe you say a powerful question like, tell me more about that. and have them really elaborate on, you know, the depth of why they got started and what's important to them. Because if you can be a great listener for your team, for the person that you just enrolled and sponsored, now you can know what direction to put them on as well. So asking them, you know, why they got started is very important. And again, I'm going to click through some of this relatively quickly, but really in establishing that why and really digging down and finding the real heart and soul, the real reason of why they got started. And the people that I've been working with just here recently, this is something that I've really taken a hold of and really taken ownership of, going, hey, let's really get down to the bottom of this and figure out, why are you taking time on a Saturday? You could be doing anything else in the world. Why are you here listening to Jason Chorak and Buddy Buck? There's a reason. And it's not to travel and save some money. It's deeper than that. So I want to challenge you guys, if you haven't been challenged already by the person that enrolled you, to really just sit down today when we're done, turn off all the music, turn off all the noise, you know, close the doors and get real quiet and just really sit and think about, why exactly are you doing this? Okay, so, and you want to be able to do that with your team as well. So when we're enrolling a new person, we're going to take you through. So if I'm talking to you, if I just enrolled you, okay, maybe I just got Kimberly Anderson started. Okay, Kimberly and Mark, they're out there, you know, just tearing this thing up right now in the last 30 days since they really flipped the switch on. But they've got a lot of new people getting started. So it's important for them to be able to take their friend through the process and say, listen, why did you get started? But secondly, what is your freedom number? Okay, and when we're looking at the income disclosure statement, the freedom number simply means look on this income disclosure statement and tell us, what is $1 above your bills? Because if we can show them how to make $1 above their bills, they're going to be free from everything. You know, free from, you know, the distractions of the rent or the this or the cell phone or whatever. If we can teach our new person, hey, what's your freedom number? Why are you doing this? And then we can put them on a path to make $1 above their bills. Now we've put them in a position to just live an abundant life and be able to teach others how to do that same thing as well. So here's a copy of the income disclosure statement, which you could easily find on the app as well. And I'll show you a little bit more about that in just a second. But again, I'm going to show you some of these steps. I'm going to stop and really park it on a few of them. And some of them I'm just going to kind of glance over, and I'll tell you why as I go. But that's probably the most important thing, is what you're looking at right here. Scoring in 24. Okay, so what does that mean? It means helping your brand new person get a quick win. See, sometimes, and I'll say probably most times, and this is changing, we're changing this right now. We're breaking this cycle right now. Most times people are so excited that somebody joins, they're like, oh my God, my person joined, and they're doing the little sign up dance and everything. That's cool. We want you to be excited. We want you to stay excited. But, you know, we want to also act like we expected our new person to join. See, whenever I go show somebody, I don't do the happy dance, because I walk in there with their name on the application, with their birthday on the application, with my friend's address on the application, with their email on the application, with their cell phone number on the application. The only thing that's not on my friend's application is their credit card number. Why? Because in my mind, when it's over and I have that application, I'm sitting here just like this, and I'm going to hand it to them, and I'm going to give them a pen, and I'm just going to look at them and go, I'm not going to say anything. It's like people say, well, what do you say when you want your friend to get started? Hand them the application. Hand them your iPad already with the bottom left or the bottom right clicked on there. I just assume they're going to join. When they don't, because sometimes they don't, okay, I'm just telling you, I'm the one that's like looking at them funny. Like Jason said, they're going to join now or they're going to join later. They're going to pass the IQ test now or they're going to pass the IQ test later. I'm just going to be a good sponsor and a good friend and just assume that they're going to join and just kind of help them on that process. So I don't make the end weird, but we want to really help our new person when they get started go, who do you know? Right now, I'm not talking about tomorrow. I'm not talking about next week. Oh, let's do a get started session next Friday. Forget that. They don't need to know anything other than they like what they just saw. They got started. Who can we go show right now? Right now, like that second, who can you text? Who can you call? Who can you invite? And you just teach that new person, here's what you say. Like Jason said, are you home? Like if you're in the neighborhood of that person that knows you the best and trusts you the most, go help your team get that quick win right now. So downloading both the apps. Jason already talked about the Dream Trips app. I'm going to talk about the Yolo app, okay? So I'm actually going to, let me just take a quick look here and see how this is going to work out. Dun, dun, dun. Little technology test here. So in just a minute, I'm going to click a button here and see if I can't just get my app to pull up on the phone. So right now you can see it's probably downloading a plugin. That is cool. So again, we're working out and testing some new things on our technology here. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. Perfect. Cool. Look at that. It worked. Awesome. So now what you're looking at is my phone. Okay. Looks like I just got a text message and a missed call. That's awesome. So if I click on the Yolo app right at the bottom, it's going to look just like this. So you are literally looking at my Yolo app right now. Everything that you need is on here. The leadership, we got together and we said, what is important for a brand new person to have their hands on day one? And we created a system. And here's what I want you guys to understand. World Ventures does a fantastic job of technology. We really have said for years, World Ventures is a tech company that is masked by travel and personal development. Okay, that's exactly what it is. So you can see, here's my phone. You can see on the screen right here, it's moving, and this is live in real time. But the one thing I want you guys to understand is we just did this. I enrolled a guy up in British Columbia last week. Okay, and he had a couple friends over, and a couple of them had got started. One of his friends is in a dance, does like professional dancing. He's Indian. He was out in Australia competing with like, I don't know, 60 or 70 other people that are out there. He said somebody in Australia had that app on their phone. I saw them talking about this app in Dream Trips on their phone. Like that's how quickly this is happening right now. This is a free download. Other teams could use the app. That's totally cool. But we designed it for our team and for our specific system. So if you clicked on Get Started, you could literally go in there, and these are all World Ventures official, approved, unedited videos where you could go how to make my names list, how to invite, how to do the 3-step setup. So if you didn't have this Saturday training, which you do, you can literally have the right tools to go out there and get this business going. So when Jason was talking about some of the contact info, click on contact info, you can literally see that we've got our team call information, which we do every Sunday. Just so you guys know, we will not have a team call tomorrow in recognition of Easter. So there will be no team call tomorrow, but every Sunday after that. And then customer service. I'm telling you guys, teach your team where to say, go look at the app. When anybody calls us anymore, basically the question is, did you check the app first? Okay. Teach people to go out and be resourceful, to go, I mean, we've given them the tools. They can go out here and click on WV Docs. They can go find the product application, the rep agreement, the income disclosure, this checklist that we're going through this Saturday morning. They can go download in PDF, Adobe, this checklist right to their phone. They can print it from their phone, the travel party checklist, everything that they need is literally at the touch of the fingers. Success stories, they can go in here, and if maybe you're not a hairstylist, they can go in here and hit play, and they can watch Reagan be able to share his story in 60 seconds about, you know, oh, I know other hairstylists. Let me show them this video. My friend Anna Conkle, we met. She's got terminal bone cancer. She shares her story about why she's doing this for her children to leave that legacy. So get to know the stories. We're going to continually add and update these stories as we get more content. But again, guys, just understand, get comfortable with the app, know what's on there, and it's going to be, you know, your very, very best friend. So We'll kind of keep moving on. I talked about the checklist on WV Docs on the app. This is the checklist. So if you're like, oh my gosh, we've got new people enrolling new people, enrolling new people, enrolling new people, this is a great problem. You need to get your hands on this, print out a dozen or so, and just literally when you sit down, go through these steps with your brand new person. One of the biggest things that you're going to do after you score in 24 and help your new person enroll their first new person and so on is you're going to schedule your launch event. You're going to schedule your launch event. This is also known as a travel party. Let me be crystal clear. I'm going to turn my video on for this one. Okay, cool. Your launch event is in your living room. It was a, no, buddy, no, my house is too small. It's too messy. It's too this. It's not good. Your launch event is in your living room. Period. That's it. Now, we have some weekly events in different parts of the country. That's for something different. Yes, do we bring guests there and do guest enroll? Yes. Does Jason and Rochelle do a fantastic job of being consistent on Tuesday nights at the Social Bar and Grill in Tacoma, 6:30 every single Tuesday? It's like World Ventures Church on Tuesday, I promise you. Okay, yes. They can come in, you can bring your guests there for a first look, for a second look. Maybe somebody brand new joined, they saw it at a coffee shop. They can come to that Tuesday event here in Tacoma, Washington, or in Woodinville, Washington, or wherever else these are happening around the country. They are designed not to substitute your launch party in your living room. This is in addition to that. This is come meet the leaders, come, meet some of the other team members, come see that it's bigger than just the coffee shop that you saw it in, or it's bigger than vacationsooner.com that your friend showed you all across the country. So very, very clear. When you enroll somebody, get your calendar open and get their launch party on the books, okay? So for example, we talked about this. So Yvonne Cox down in Tacoma, Washington, University Place. Okay, we just talked about it last night. We're booking 3 launch parties. Here's how the launch parties go. This is what also duplicates and creates leadership. Your first launch party, all you're going to do is invite. You're going to invite and introduce me. For example, if I enrolled you, so I'm going to teach this, okay, we'll just use Yvonne as the example. So I say, Yvonne, okay, we're going to do 3 parties, this day, and this day. We get those on the books right now. And I'm not talking a month from now. I'm talking about like this week. We're going to get your first couple, and then maybe the next, the third one will be the second week. But here's what's going to happen. The first one, she's just going to invite to it. That's it. I don't want them to worry about anything besides filling the room up, being a professional inviter. I'm going to teach her how to invite. The second one, she's going to do the first half of the presentation, meaning the product. The second half will be done by me. Why? Because they're probably going to miss a bunch of stuff because they've only seen this a couple times. That's okay. Here's why it's important to be able to get a new person in front of the room. Number one, most of the time they're super uncomfortable. And to get things we've never got, we've got to do things we've never done. So it's time to get uncomfortable, okay? Number two, there's a good chance that you're gonna suck, okay? I'm just telling you, your first time you're gonna do it, you're gonna be scared, you're gonna be nervous. That's okay. Now some of you might, I'm just talking about me. I was nervous. I was at my sister's house. I was like freaked out. I was like, oh my God, I don't wanna do this. I did it anyway, and a lot of people joined. Why? Because the person that went after me knew what he was doing, and he cleaned up some of my mess. And probably the guests, honestly, in the living room were like, oh my God, if this guy could do this and make money, I could do this too, right? And then the third party. So now the third party, I'm gonna go to Yvonne's party. She's gonna do the whole presentation, or she's gonna have somebody on her team do the first half or whatever. I'm not gonna do any part of that. All I'm gonna do is close at the end. I'm gonna do a 5-minute kind of share my story, kind of clean up anything that maybe was missed, because again, she's only seen it a couple times. So then I'm gonna, kind of clean it up and close, and that's what you will do, okay, for your new person. You're just gonna kind of clean it up and close, tell people how to get started, and then we're off and we're duplicating that onto other people's living rooms. Because honestly, wouldn't you rather have, 6 or 7 dozen travel parties happening in everybody's living room in your team every single week or every single day? Or do you want to be the big show? And do you want to be the only one presenting? It's like, if you're not presenting, you're not making money. Well, then how is that any different than having a job? Now, not to say that this isn't fun and cool and will I do travel parties forever? Yeah, I like what I do. I love this. But I'm also in the business of teaching and duplicating as well. And there, sometimes you just got to kick people out of the nest and say, hey, it's time to fly. And if they fly down and crash, cool, we scoop them up, bring them back up to the nest, recap, teach, and then kick them out of the nest again and teach them how to fly. So again, we just want to, as fast as this company's growing, we need you guys to step up. We need the leaders to step up. We need the new people to go, I'm willing to get uncomfortable. Let's go give this thing a shot and go, mix it up a little bit. So having said that, I'm going to jump into the next topic, which is making your names list. Okay, and I'm just going to talk about the top 20. This is, again, for a brand new person. And on the back of that Get Started Builders checklist, you can have, there's 20 different spots where you can literally show people the different types of people that we're looking for. So I'm not going to go through all that, but I will tell you, the bigger that your names list is, the more power that you have. So here's just a little screenshot of on video of my names list. So again, I've been in this business for 8 years. There's probably 30 or 40 people on each individual page. I just redid this names list just a few months ago. So I'm already over 210 names of people that I still have not shown World Ventures to. So it always cracks me up where they're like, people say, oh man, I ran out of people. No, you didn't. You just prejudged so many people off of your list that you started with like 7 names on your list. You need to write down every single name, because the bigger the list, the more power that you have. And I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. So there's a video for the names list in the app. So again, go watch the video. You can learn how to make your names list properly as well. So we'll talk about inviting here for just a second. Oop, I'm just kidding. I'm going to go back here. So we'll talk about inviting. How to invite your easy ones. Remember the score in 24, how to get your easy one, your first sale, that first 24 hours. Again, for me, I didn't know what I was doing. I just texted Jason and said, hey, are you home? I'm going to pop by. I'm just going to pop by. Pop by means you don't have to clean the house. Okay, pop by means it's going to be quick. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to understand. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Here's what I mean by that. You could just go screw the invite up and just not remember any of this and say all the wrong words. And if you're excited enough, your friend is going to pay attention. Okay, and they're going to listen to you. Here's another way to do it. Coffee, lunch, question mark. If they say yes, confirm the date. There is also, if you go to the app and click on Quick Coach videos, there is a 3 to 4 minute video that teaches you how to invite using a text message. So again, you've got to go, be proactive and go watch these videos, because again, we want to teach you the tools, and the system is out there and it's just right there in your hand, ready for you. So when we're inviting to a launch party, okay, let's just say you're doing your launch party tomorrow night or tonight, whatever. You can literally schedule a launch party right now tonight for 7 o'clock and invite today and have 5 or 10 people there. Launch party, hey, what are you doing tonight at 7 o'clock? If they are busy, cool, I'll catch you later. If you're new, sometimes if they're busy, you're like, oh no, you're not busy, okay? You gotta come see this, you gotta come see that, right? So if they're busy, that's what we call a loss. Wins and losses in our business are based on if your friend is free and you can clear the time with them to come see the information. It is not if they join or not. It is if you share something with them, World Ventures presentation, live presentation, video, whatever it might be, they see it, they watch it start to finish, they give you a yes or a no. That is how we judge wins and losses. Because if we share a good idea long enough, people are going to say yes. Like Jason said, it's an IQ test. Okay, now if they're free, this is one of my favorite ways to invite. There's a couple different ways that are really work well and that are proven. I found a way. Write that down. I found a way. If I was calling up Jason, I'd say, hey, Jason, hey, bro, hey, I found a way where we could travel for the rest of our life at wholesale, and I thought you would be interested. Would you be interested? Oh, hold on. We got the dogs going nuts here. Oh, if you want to hear my dogs howl, here we go. There's a little Saturday morning humor for you guys. Yes, this is live. We are live in Kirkland, Washington. Okay. I think my wife's calming them down right now, so I'm sure that was pretty entertaining for you. So there you go. So if they are free, I found a way. And then you're just going to fill a need that your friend, because you know your friend's better than anybody. Hey, I found a way. If I was talking to John and I knew his kid, he was trying to put his kid through private school. Hey, John, hey, bro, hey, what are you doing tonight at 7? He's free. Hey, guess what? I found it. I found a way for you to put little Johnny through private school. Would that be of interest to you? He's going to say, absolutely. And so when he says absolutely, it's like, cool, I'll see you at my house at 7 o'clock. Now, if they say, what is it? If they say, oh, what is it? Tell me about it. It's a way for you to put little Johnny through private school. You just use that same thing. If they say, what is it? What is it? What is it? Don't be like, oh, it's travel, it's wholesale. Or, let me just tell you a little bit about it. You're going to ruin the movie for them. Like, have you ever like had a friend say, oh, here's this great movie you should go see, and here's how the ending goes, and you know they die and the girl breaks up with it. You don't want to go see that movie, so please don't ruin the movie for your friend either. Okay. So the last one is the 4-step invite. Some people really like this. Hey, be in a hurry. Successful people are always in a hurry. So when you call someone, if you're not in a hurry and you're like, oh, well, I can't act fake like I'm in a hurry. Well, then when you do it, make yourself in a hurry. Just call someone right before you got to jump into a meeting or take off or turn your phone off or walk into the movie or do whatever you're going to do, but be in a hurry. Hey, John, hey, I just got a quick second. What are you doing tonight at 7? Nothing. I've got something you have got to see. You got to get over to my house. Or I found a way, right? We just talked about that one. And when they say, yeah, okay, cool. Okay, cool. You sure? You can be there at 7. Confirm the date. That invite right there, if you want to take a screenshot, that is golden right there too. It's all about finding what's comfortable for you guys and what works well for you. Okay, the 3-step setup, we're kind of moving on here. Take a screenshot. Write these down. I'm not going to go through the 3-step setup. I will tell you, this is probably the most important thing that you could learn. I'm telling you, Yvonne, she did this last night. She did this last Friday at her first party. If you do this part correctly, and if you're standing in front of the room and you tell your friends and you open up your heart as to why you are so passionate about what they're about to see, and it's a big deal, and you're all in, but hey, and she said it last night, this isn't going to be for everybody today. Maybe it is. Maybe you join later. I don't know. Either way, I know a lot of people. I'm going to share this idea with a lot of people, and I just wanted you to be one of the first. Is that cool? And they're like, yep. And then we show them. And that's it. So master the 3-step setup. The video, watch it over and over and over as well. So we talked a little bit about the weekly events, so I'm not going to touch on that, but just find something local just to kind of stay around it, something to write down. Either the event needs you or you need the event. What do I mean by that? Last night, Felton and Donna drove down an hour and a half to come to Yvonne's party. They had no guests there. They came down to support her travel party because they're great team players. They're down there. Felton does the first half of the presentation. He does the product part, just absolutely knocks it out of the park. Somebody last night related to his story as a Seattle police officer. Somebody last night related to Donna's story as a personal defensive handgun instructor. Their testimonials and their stories made a difference to some of Yvonne's guests last night. And that's what we're talking about. Now, they didn't need to go, but the travel party needed them last night, and vice versa. And I'm not saying make it a business of yours to just go around to different parties with no guests. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying sometimes if you're home and you're like, well, I'm not going to go because I don't have a guest. That is a wrong mindset. You're going to go learn something. If you haven't seen the presentation in a while, or you haven't seen Jason do it, or Rochelle do it, or Larry do it, or Andrew Hankins do it, or whoever, you're going to go learn something. Go learn something. Go be a part. Go fill the energy up. Because imagine that one other event when somebody else has a bunch of guests and you're like, well, I'm not going to go. I don't have any guests. If everybody did that, there would be very little energy in the room. So just plug in, be around something every single Saturday. We got these webinars going on. I'll just tell you right now that we're going to be able to post next Saturday's webinar information. We'll have that posted. We'll have that up by tomorrow. So you'll be able to get registered. Training next Saturday. It's going to be just a super legit, fun time as well. I'm going to be training with Mr. Andrew Hankins, new director in Team Yolo. He's a Tacoma police officer for over 20 years. And guys, this guy's really stepping his game up on the leadership. His team's definitely moving, and you know they had their biggest weeks last week after week after week in the month of March. So congratulations to Andrew. You're going to be able to hear him next week on the webinar as well. So we talked about the team call. Again, this is on the app. I'm going to kind of just cruise through this, but definitely get plugged into our team text messages. Do this right now. Okay, do this right now. Send a text that says 40404. And let's just go ahead and do this just for fun. Cool. So I'm going to put up a screenshot here. Hold on one second. Here's what it looks like. So send a text message right now that looks just like that. Don't worry about the little dash. That iPhone just automatically puts that in there. Send a new text to 40404 and put in just like that. Follow, and then a space, and then join YOLO, all as one word. So do that right now. You're going to get a text that comes back to you. That is going to keep you connected to all the national information, all the team calls. Again, we don't send out a ton of stuff on this, so don't worry about getting like 25 texts every day. But you'll get all the important things, whether it's a big event coming up or a big speaker coming into a certain town. Okay, all the things that affect you on a national level with Team YOLO, that's how we're going to communicate that information in our private Facebook page. Also, if you are in Washington or California, if you send another text to that same number, but on the end of Join YOLO, you type WA. So follow, space, Join YOLO WA. Now you're going to stay in the text group with all the Washington travel parties and launch parties that are happening around the state of Washington. Same thing with California, CA, Oregon, OR, Alaska, AK, Alabama, AL. Where we have leadership around the country, we have those specific text groups that go out to promote. And now, of course, we've got our app, right? The best part about it is on the app. If you can just email your travel parties, it's all the event information is right on the top of our Facebook page. So let me just go ahead and show you guys this really quickly. So if you have a travel party that you guys are doing and you are in a different part of the country, look at, there's Reagan's birthday. Woo, woo. Awesome. So we click right up here on our Team YOLO Facebook page. Okay, and this is a secret page. You must be invited. You must be a part of our team to be in this page. This is what we want you to do. If you are doing a travel party in your market, send it to us at least 2 days ahead of time so people have time to see it. Don't do it the day of or something. Send an email to joinyolo@gmail.com at least 3 days prior to the travel party. That would be a perfect scenario. And make it look just like that. We'll get it added into the app. So literally, you'll be able to go into the YOLO app, click on travel parties, get driving directions, etc., to all those different events around the country. So super cool, guys. The app has really changed a lot of things for us as well. So let's use that technology and let's do this the right way. So having said that, we're going to keep cruising. We're right on time here. Looks like we might push right up against that hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes, but we're just about done here. So we're rocking and rolling, and lots of great feedback from everybody. We appreciate that as well. So now booking your regional and your national events. You can go right onto the Yolo app. You can click simply right on events, and you can get registered for the next event for World Ventures, okay? Go do this today if you haven't already booked your event to Momentum. There is no regional available to book right now. So when you want to go get registered for Momentum right on the app, click on events, and we'll talk about who the trainers are here in just about 2 seconds. Now, having said that, stand by 1 second here. Cool. And if you do have any questions, we want to make sure you put those in the Q&A. I see we got a couple that came in here, so we're going to go ahead and touch on those in just a second. But let's just finish up right here. So here's the training schedule for the rest of the year. I'm only talking to the people that are serious about building this business, okay? I'm going to launch a poll. This is the last poll of the day. I just launched a poll, and it says on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you about really taking your business to the next level? And before you click the button, I want you to think. Don't just click 10 because it looks cool and you want to be all in. I'm just like being genuine, right? Just want to really know a real heartfelt answer. Where are you? Are you a 1 to 3? Are you a 4 to 5? Are you a 6 to a 9? Or are you a 10? If you click 10 and you're not registered for Momentum, you're not a 10. You want to be a 10. You love the idea of being a 10, but to be a 10 and win at the highest level, going to the major events is not optional. And somebody's like, oh, I love World Ventures. I'm all in. I'm ready to go. That's awesome. That's really cool. And you can still have a lot of success, but you're just not going to have it at the highest level, because it is documented that people that attend our major events make 5 times more money than those that don't. And that I'm lowballing that. 5 times more money. So if I told you that if you go to this event in 2 weeks and you go, oh, but it's, the ticket's $200 and I got to get a hotel and then I got to get a flight and then yeah, you do. I don't know how else to tell you other than if you're not at that event and you want to win at the highest level, you're going to be drastically set back. Because when everyone comes back from Momentum, having seen and heard what we're going to see and hear, you can never relay that to your team. You can never just open up your soul and pour what happened, how do you feel, what you saw, all that emotion. You can't. I would just say invest in yourself. Spend the money. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I'm not in the business of having people, spend $700, $800, $900, whatever it might cost you to go to this event, if I know I'm not pushing you in the right direction. And you could hear Jason come on here and say, his story with going to training events. It's absolutely incredible. As a matter of fact, we're looking at people right here, Jay, and it's, 77% of the people are all in. So I'm guessing they're probably registered for the event. We got some, handful of people that are a 6 to a 9. That's cool too. 4 to 5. That's cool too. You want to make a little money? Go to the regionals. If you want to make a little money, just go to the local events. Those are $39. I'm just talking to the people right now in this snapshot in time of who wants to go really seriously win at the highest of highest levels. Jay, I'm gonna send you a request to start the video, and just for a second here. Jay, are you with us?
I am.
Cool. So whether you can turn your video on or off, that's totally up to you. But I just wanted you, just real quickly as we wrap up today, just to share your experience with the training, because I know you've been trained by some of the most high-profile NFL coaches. And I mean, you've really been blessed to be around some really high-end, high-speed type of people and personal development and head coaches in the National Football League. But maybe just share your experience here and kind of what the training system looks like over here.
Sure. Yeah, so, you know, all my life I've been very, very fortunate to have coaches in my life. And I think that's the reason why I've been so successful, is because I've always had a mentor or a coach that actually pushed me to my full potential. And, you know, Buddy kept on telling me, hey, if you really want to take this seriously, you got to go to this training, you got to go to this training. And, you know, I never went to him because I thought I was already personally developed enough to be successful. I was already, you know, somewhat successful and running a pretty big business that I already thought I was personally developed. Boy, did I really make a mistake. The first training I went to was in Las Vegas. There was about 2,200 people there, and literally blown away. And the reason why I was blown away is because he's a mentor to me today and a coach of mine today. And he is a coach of life, of just, you know, living life to the fullest of the person that you should be. And, you know, Mark Excetta, he's our head trainer for World Ventures. Our last event that we were at, there was 22,000 people. So when I went, it was 2,200. Now it's 22,000. And I can tell you something, if you can get 22,000 people in an arena, and when he comes out on stage, they start chanting, Mark Excetta, and you got 22,000 people doing that, man. I mean, that says it all right there. I mean, the personal development of what this person brings, not only to us, but to all the other trainers he's trained. And that's why I believe the culture of World Ventures is so good, because it comes from the top. And not only does it come from the top, they duplicate it all the way down to the people attending to the trainings. And now in that room, you're building 22,000 trainers because of the personal development and the coaching. And, you know, me and my wife, we haven't missed training for, you know, the past 3 years. We go to every major event, every RTE, because I leave it to you like this. If you treat this business like $100 business, that's what you're going to get out of it. If you treat this business like $1 million, you know, and it's funny because you always ask people, where do they want to be? And they're like, I want to be IMD, I want to be IMD, or, you know, I want to be, you know, $1 million ring earner, but yet they can't invest $1,000 into their business to become that. And those are the people who are not going to the big events or not going to RTE. You know, it's funny, during football season, and there's a football game on, or there's a, you know, the Seahawks are playing, or whoever, you know, your favorite team is, the Cowboys or whatever. And it's more important for that person to cheer on their team instead of cheer on themselves and go to these events. I can tell you this, if you plug into the training system of the personal development side, your 2016 possibly could be the best year of your life. Because now you're starting to cheer yourself on instead of the other things that you're cheering on. So get booked. Hopefully we'll see you there. We're getting in on Wednesday, going to stay for, you know, till Tuesday. You're in Arizona. It's going to be 85, 90 degrees out, summertime. So hopefully we'll see you all out there in, you know, Arizona at Momentum.
Right on. Thanks a lot, Jay. Peace. See ya. All right, cool. Right on, guys. So let's go ahead and bring this in for landing. When you're getting people started, we want to make sure that they get a good, solid picture of the "You Should Be Here" sign, preferably somewhere that's not in front of a wall. You know, have them at least go outside if you're at their house or at a coffee shop. And then be sure in the Facebook page, and I'll just show you this really quickly so we can start to do a lot of this more like interactive in real time. So if you're here, you can click over here on Add Members, okay? So if I'm going to add members, I'm going to click on somebody that's maybe not in the group yet. Jason, okay, one of my friends. I would add him to the group, and then I would hit refresh, and then I could go ahead and welcome him to the team. Okay, and you can go see different ones as far as, you know, what to say. Just keep it simple. Here's one, Mark Anderson. I'd like to welcome my friend Jason Kronk to the team. He got started, fell in love with it, became platinum and a rep. Looking forward to traveling the world with you. And then you're going to tag a few of your teammates. And if you're just getting started, maybe it's just a couple, that's okay too. But you want to tag your team so they can see. And again, guys, don't just go click the like button. You'll see, you know, Reagan, he said, welcome to the team. Donna said, welcome to the team. Those people aren't on Donna and Reagan's team, but they are because we're all on Team Yolo. So again, treat others how you wish to be treated. If you don't click, you know, more than just that like button, just take a second, put welcome and congrats, like Jason. It says he is consistent. He does that every single time. But if you don't go comment on their picture, maybe they won't come comment on your picture. So when your friend gets started, there might be like 2 comments, and that's not as cool as when there's 50 or 60 comments. So again, we want to be able to just give people a shout out. Here's one, RJ Coop just got Julie started. Yvonne Cox, and you can see on and on down through the Facebook page. That is how the recognition goes. So we want to be able to do that as well. The Yolo App Store, people are asking, where do I get my gear? I'm new. How do I get my shirt? I don't want to be the only one at Momentum not wearing a Team Yolo shirt or sweatshirt or whatever it might be. You can literally right now go to the apps, the Yolo app at the bottom, and it says Team Yolo gear. Very, very simple. You can click on it. You can go pick out any number of different items as well. So I'm going to show you. The actual website. If you're on the computer and not on the app, you could go to teamyologear.com. That is teamyologear.com, and you can go see the different things that we have. You can scroll down. There's men's. There's women's. There's coffee mugs, whatever it might be. I'll show you a couple things here. Here's our Yolo coffee mug. Just again, just a lot of fun stuff. We're gonna go with the hat. Cool. You got the sweatshirt. We just added this one in royal blue. So one thing that I would highly recommend doing, these cinch bags right here that you're looking at. I'm gonna kill this video again so you can look at this. These cinch bags right here, these are going to be very, very awesome to have if you are in Momentum with us in Arizona, because they do not allow backpacks into the arena anymore for security reasons. So you can see here's the Yolo cinch bag. These are only $5. We got the price point down on those. And what I've made it a habit of, when I get somebody brand new started, and maybe I don't have one just right here because we enrolled some people last night. But basically, let's just say that this is my get started kit. I'm going to take a brand new welcome kit and I'm going to put it in the cinch bag, and I'm going to give my brand new person a $5 investment so they can have a cinch bag when they go to the beach on their first dream trip to Momentum. And they've got that nice little cinch bag as well right out of the gate. So that's one way that I use those cinch bags. But again, there's a lot of cool stuff on here as well. And so let me show you one last thing. This shirt. We just posted this shirt a couple of days ago, got hundreds of likes on it. And I know some other teams, Carlos Rogers, who you're going to be seeing if you're in the Seattle, Washington area. Carlos Rogers is a top 10 income earner, and he is going to be up here Tuesday and Wednesday. So if you know anybody, or if you've ever heard of Seattle, or you know somebody that knows somebody in the Washington state area, get them out. But Carlos has a lot of fun shirts. We're going to start, rolling out a couple of fun shirts for ourselves. So this shirt says, I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. And people were just hitting me up going, hey, how do we get this? I know they're hitting up Jason and Rochelle. Hey, how do we get one of those shirts in our Yolo team store? So I just wanted to let you know that this morning we did add it. So here's the women's. It's actually just a picture. Don't worry, you're not going to get that shirt. And it's just so you can make it very, very obvious that this is the men's version. It says, I can explain it to you. So you'll just pick, that one comes in Vintage Royal. So it's going to be a white font with the Vintage Royal on it. So you can go order that shirt right now. And then women's, just put the little pink one up there just so you know that's the women's one. But a women's V-neck version of this exact same shirt, either in the Tahiti blue or the hot pink. So ladies, And that shirt too, just so you know, on the V-neck, whatever size that you want, I recommend, after talking to Rochelle and Diana and some of the other gals on the team, ordering one size larger than you normally would need on that particular cut of the shirt. So women's V-neck, it's going to say, I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. So it might just be a fun, conversation starter as well. And then the last thing we just recently added, we had this particular long sleeve t-shirt, which I'm wearing right now, but we also added in a true royal, like a royal blue, and then we also added the charcoal black. So it's all black with the sky blue, Yolo, and a light hoodie. So when we're talking about momentum and we're talking about this event in Arizona, basically what I want you guys to know, even though it is in Arizona, they do keep the room temperature extremely cold. So just bring a light jacket. This is probably going to be like, perfect. Not to say I'm going to walk around with my hood or anything, but, God took away a lot of my hair. So you can just bring a light jacket, bring some snacks or a power bar to the event as well, just to kind of, because, it's just the day goes by so quickly. There will be a time for a lunch break. And on Saturday or Sunday, we're going to send that out. We're going to text the team out through that text system that I shared with you about which day we're going to wear all of our YOLO gear. We get a team picture. So make sure that you're, wearing something, or, whether it's a sweatshirt or a t-shirt. There's all different kind of price points as well for that gear. So you can, get something that fits your style, fits your personality. We even got kids versions. We got boot camp coming up in July in about 110 days. So we'll have our camo gear. We'll be rolling deep in our YOLO camo gear for the boot camp event as well. So with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and just stop the recording.